everyone, and welcome to Overcast. This is episode number 59 of Overcast, your Overwatch podcast. I am Frostee, joined here post-BlizzCon by both of my two awesome co-hosts, Sawfty and Ovadrive. How are you guys doing out there?
Doing all right. It's good to be back.
Yeah. It's
real nice to be back.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm in the same room.
You're in the same place.
Huh. Weird.
It's okay. I only got to see Ova like one time this whole weekend. That's how busy it is. So, and Sawfty only got to see us part of the time because apparently the streams weren't that great.
No, they were not.
So let's get the formalities out of the way, and then we'll talk about all that. How about Twitter? Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at Overcast Show. You can also go to our blog page, which is overcast.frozenfoxmedia.com. FrozenFoxMedia.com is where you can find out about this and all of the other podcasts and everything else that we do at the Frozen Fox Media Network. And remember, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up if you like the show. Subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Or if you're listening to the audio version, that's awesome too. Whether it be on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, or anywhere else. If you love the show, let us know by giving us a review on those sites or anywhere else that you're listening. And subscribe so you don't miss any episode ever.
Kitty in the background, sorry.
So it's been a BlizzCon weekend for us. What have we been up to? Attending BlizzCon, checking out all the new stuff.
All that
Frostee,
stuff.
how about you? What have you been up to?
I've been recovering from BlizzCon. It's every year it's a whirlwind for me. You know, all the pre-BlizzCon stuff. Doing the cosplay contest, going to as many panels as I can, trying to see as many people as I can. It's crazy. Late nights, early mornings, and then
sure.
The drive back wasn't bad this year, seeing as I only had to drive back to Denver and not back to the East Coast. So I'll take that because we could basically do it in a day. And just kind of getting acclimated back to the environment of being at home and all these things that have been dumped on not only the Overwatch PTR but everything else, trying to catch up with all of that because there's a whole lot of stuff that came out of BlizzCon and after those opening ceremonies when they were like every game that'll be on the PTR this next week. Check it out on Tuesday. It'll be on the PTR. You're like every single thing. So that's what I've been doing. How about you, Sawfty?
Oh, I've been a curmudgeon. I have been at home, not at BlizzCon, watching a stream that didn't want to work. And not able to enjoy with my buddies.
So was it your internet or was it a universal? The BlizzCon stream was bad.
Correct. This is the first year I've ever had an issue. Blizzard put out a notification that there were problems with the stream. Gave a link to try to fix it. That was a dead link with the 404 file not found.
Ooh,
so that
ouch.
was really helpful. So I did a lot of yard work during BlizzCon. That was really fun. I did get to see all the Overwatch play. No, it was not very fun. You are correct. I got to see all the Overwatch play. That was awesome. I really enjoyed watching that. I did quick play pretty much all week long. I did some competitive, but I find, at least in this last week, people listen less in competitive than they actually do in quick play. So I don't know what to think. So I've just been doing quick play. It's a quick queue, and I can pop out quickly if needed. And then today I did a lot of competitive disappointment with Ovadrive. That was fun. Make sure my rating just keeps dropping another notch every time. Appreciate that, bud. And that was pretty much my week.
Nice.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. We won a few.
It was horrible. Reinhardt on the point. Reinhardt on the point.
There was a few questionable ones, but that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, Ova, how about you? How was your BlizzCon? How's your week been?
Yeah, BlizzCon was awesome. It's great to get out there and see you and see Panda and some other people. Watched a lot of the Overwatch World Cup, obviously. Watched a lot of the Heroes of the Storm tournament. Played a lot of Sombra. Yeah, no, it was a great time out there. And then coming back and took a few days to just kind of recuperate and relax. And then today I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. And like Sawfty was saying, just trying to get some competitive games in. So
Yeah, I wonder if Overwatch has brought more people back into the game or back into trying to do competitive, maybe, and that's why you're getting the erratic play.
The riffraff,
potentially.
street rat. I don't need that.
Well, let's jump right into BlizzCon then. So BlizzCon, like, boom, it happened, and it was outstanding. So before BlizzCon, we had Coming from the Storm. We've been teasing it forever, and got to do the Overwatch panel with a whole bunch of amazing Overwatch not cosplayers, they're podcasters. They weren't cosplaying up there. We were cosplaying as podcasters, maybe. I don't know. So, but that was a lot of fun. It was interesting doing the panel itself because it was so loud in the panel room that we couldn't really hear each other very well on the panel. So it was a lot of fun though to be able to like kind of interact with a bunch of people from like the Overwatch community that way. Not only content creators but also to just meet a bunch of fans. And Coming from the Storm is just an awesome party altogether. So it's really cool. And Sawfty was tweeting me during the panel, so I had to turn my phone over because all of a sudden there was a bunch of people tweeting me saying they'd see me.
Yep.
So it was a lot of fun though. And so there was that. And then we arrived at opening ceremonies the next day, and we waited. And Mike Morheim got up there, and he talked, and we were wondering, is he going to pass it off to Jeff Kaplan? What's going to happen? Let's talk about the launch of Overwatch, because that's something we usually do, right? We talk about a game that's launched, and they show the launch videos. And this video was like in Overwatch headquarters, the server room where one of our friends works, who I thought was in the video actually, but apparently he wasn't. Well, he said he was in the room when the video was shot, but he was not the voice that I thought I heard in the video. So I was kind of sad about that. But anyway, in the middle of that, momentarily the video stutters, and the entire convention center waits with bated breath, wondering if it's just a bug or if it's actually something else. And before we know it, Sombra is released upon the world. She's here, Sombra. It's here. We got an animated short and everything. So
yeah,
what do you guys think? I'll go with Ova first because you were actually in the crowd too. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, so initially I was like, what the heck's going on? Is this broken? And then when it did it again, I instantly knew, and the crowd just starts going nuts. And I was super excited, and then all of a sudden she appeared, followed by obviously a fantastic animated short. It was just awesome. It was an awesome experience to be there with everybody, and the crowd just super hyped up. So yeah, it's been a long time coming for that.
When the power cut off, went kind of black in there. It was like, oh. Sawfty, what did you think on your end?
Well, it wasn't abnormal to be having stream issues. So when it first happened, I think I went on and complained again about stream issues. And then I tapped back over, and it was still having more issues. And then I realized the crowd was starting to get really excited. And I went, crap, okay. This is an actual stream issue.
Something's happening.
Yeah, something is actually happening. It got pretty exciting. And then, of course, like I said before the show, every podcaster and YouTuber predicted that there'd be some sort of hack during the show. And so as soon as that happened, I think we all kind of understood what was going on. And yeah, fantastic short. I was really hoping they weren't going to make her a killer like Reaper, and they did a good job of kind of walking that line. So yeah, I thought it was great. I wanted to try to play her in the PTR before the show here, but now that quick play is down to one character each, it's really hard to get the Sombra.
So it was pretty crazy, that she got revealed that way. Though it was exciting, like you said. She wasn't made out to be the killer. But one thing I thought was interesting, too, was what about that ending? Just bringing in the Zarya link to this.
Yeah. Wonder how she fits into all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, like, we're going to have a part 2, maybe? And I'm assuming that she was the one driving the mech in the video, too.
Right.
I assume. Yeah. I looked really close, but it doesn't... The shots don't look like her. But I have to assume it has to be her, So, I don't know.
And Zarya doesn't seem like the bad guy. So how do we? I don't know. That's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Because it feels like she should be the a more positive hero, anyways.
It's like a headhunter now.
Yep.
Kinda,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah. It doesn't
seems
seem
like
to
she was
fit her.
hired to go after.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about
Yeah.
what Sombra brings to the table. So she's got a rapid fire, they call it a machine pistol in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that, and we got hack. Hack is the one of the crazy things that we wondered how it would work, because we kind of figured something was going to get hacked. You know, that was going to be one of her abilities somewhere.
Yeah.
So she can hack enemies to stop them from using their abilities, and also the first aid kits on the map, so they're useless to the enemy team, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I got hacked when I was about to pop an ult on Zenyatta. And all of a sudden my ult had a big X or a red X through it.
Yep.
And what the heck is wrong with my ult?
Why isn't it
figured
going?
out. Yeah.
And then you got the thermal optic camo, so you can go stealth for a few seconds and you go super fast. So what do you think about that? Like a stealth advantage? No opinions.
How long is the stealth for?
Oh, I don't remember.
It's like 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty long time. You can move across the map quite a ways in 7 seconds.
Especially with the speed boost, you can get into a new position pretty quick.
I mean, it's kind of like what Reaper can do, except you can actually watch Reaper. Not being able to see it, man, that's pretty awesome. I mean, it makes me want to play her more, but also sucks because like when you're calling out stuff in competitive where everybody is, Reaper's already a problem, but to have her too be completely invisible for that amount of time,
Yep.
that's dangerous.
Just got to throw out AoE.
You'll probably see some Bastions just turreting almost
Yeah.
like in the video, like where he's in the woods.
Yes.
It's like you'll just see Bastion spraying the map to uncover Sombras.
There you go.
Do you think? I guess I don't know this answer. Is if he hits the Sombra, does she lose her camo?
She does.
If she takes any damage, yes. Or if she uses
Nice.
offensive abilities. So
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Is hack considered an offensive ability?
I don't know. I've never tried to hack while I'm stealth, so you would think that it kind of would, but I don't know. That's a good question. I have to try that out now.
Maybe go try that.
So she also has a translocator. So she throws out her beacon. You can teleport to instantly. Apparently, even when it's in mid-flight. So if you want to throw it off something really tall and then teleport to it, like off the edge of Ilios or something, you can do that. I guess.
Teleport out of the well. That would be good.
Oh,
there
I
you
like
go.
That.
But you could like suicide jump in. The team thinks you're dead. Teleport back out. They're like, oh, Sombra just suicided. Then she jumps in with like an EMP from behind again.
Just kidding.
And that brings me to EMP, which is the last. And that is, she discharges the EMP, and all barriers, shields are gone, and it hacks all opponents caught in the blast. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be really disruptive, I think, in terms of the meta, right? Like thinking about Lucio's barrier that it just wiped out with an EMP, and that thing saves teams constantly.
Yep.
Reinhardt's shield's gone, so
Zarya's shield.
yeah, I'm excited to see how this plays out.
It's going to be like, Sombra's just going to be like a have to pick kind of thing.
Like an Ana right now?
Yeah, right? It's so we were talking about before the show, right? Like Ana used to be like, if you play Ana, you're bad in competitive or
Yeah.
anything. And now you see her
You're a
all over
terrible
the
healer.
place. So that's true.
Yeah, she's like a preferred pick now.
Yeah.
Yep. And let's move on to the maps that we got. So we got 2 new maps announced. One that we can play on the PTR right now, and that's Eco Point Antarctica, which is kind of like May backstory-ish. It's a
mini-map.
smaller map, yes. And we're going to have Oasis in the future. So
Ooh, it looks so pretty.
So this kind of brings in the arcade, which is like the new mode that we got. So we can have 1v1, 3v3, and 6v6 modes in the arcade. So that's one of the reasons why we got these smaller maps. I mean, can you imagine Volskaya or something like that, 1v1? Like that'd be just
King's
insane.
Row, 1v1.
King's Row, 1v1, yeah. it'd be like two people like that are snipers, and they'd be like up on towers just waiting, and then the match would just end because nothing happened.
Yeah.
So the arcade. So we already had like the brawl. Now we're bringing the arcade and these other modes. Like, do you think is it good? Are we fleshing it out too much, or is there too much to choose from now? I'll go use Sawfty first.
Not enough.
You want more?
I think it's awesome. Yeah, I think the more modes like this that you give people to be entertained, if you can give somebody one thing, but present it in all these different ways to make that one thing really attractive to different styles, or, hey, I'm bored of this competitive play, I'm going to go do 1v1s or 3v3s. I mean, but it's the same game. You're just attracting me in all these different ways. I think that's fantastic. I think the more they can do with something like this, including the rotating brawl, which I think is an awesome idea. They're going to put all the brawls in the arcade rotating, so every game it would change what type of brawl it is.
Mm-hmm.
That and the mystery, the mystery 6v6. I mean, all those are the same game we're already playing, but different ways to present it. They give us more options, more things to do. I love it.
Nice. What do you think, Ova?
I love it as well. I played quite a bit of 1v1, the mystery duel. It's so much fun, and
I'm so bad at it.
The more I played it, the more I wanted like a competitive rank, like an arcade rank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would be really, really cool to have.
They call it an arena rank in Warcraft.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But I think, like, for me, it's a place where I can go and like hone in on a hero's skills that I haven't played a lot, right? And you don't have, there's no consequences. It's just you and you only, right? You don't have teammates yelling at you if you're performing poorly, or if you don't really, or if you're not comfortable with the hero. So I really like the arcade. That's the one that I played the most. I need to get back in and try the others, but yeah, like you were saying, the rotating brawl is really cool. That keeps it fresh.
Nice.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Nice. I wonder if for like smaller groups, like for example, like for us, if we went into 3v3 as a group, if we could practice team synergy and team kind of like partial team comps in there really well, and then try to apply that to like quick match.
It's like running split runs for raiders. You
There you
take your 6 and you do them into 2 separate 3v3s. You can even do them against each other.
There you go. Have your own little scrims.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that leads us to the PTR, which is up right now, so you can play Sombra. You can also go to Antarctica and play in the arcade, and it's exciting. We're like, getting all these things dumped on us at once right after BlizzCon. It's like every game, like I was saying, like they're like every time anybody get up on stage, the opening ceremony, play it next Tuesday. You can play it next Tuesday. You can just go and play it. It's coming. I was like, all right.
I think Hearthstone kind of started that. Was it last year or the year before? When they said, here's all this new stuff we're giving you for Hearthstone. Oh, and you can go play it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of immediacy, it's hard to lose that the next time you go in. So I think that we're going to see that as a trend now more and more, how quickly we're able to do stuff. Obviously, there'll be long-term stuff like Warcraft and Diablo maybe down the road, but this is awesome with Overwatch. They can change stuff so quickly now.
Yeah. And before we move on, I did want to jump on a couple of topics from the Q&A. Because the Q&A was pretty good. So if you have the virtual ticket, go ahead and watch it if you didn't get to see it already. So what about Roadhog's hook being reworked was one of the questions that we had. And because, some people, myself included, think sometimes it's a little not fair. Sometimes the way it calculates whether it hits you or not. So they're going to be reworking that. Do you think that'll be something that drives people away from Roadhog, and they might have to buff him to get people to go to in the future? That was my first thought. Like, if you can't just hook everyone.
Well, I think what it'll do is it'll stop like through the cement wall hook. Like if you're chasing somebody and they move through the wall and you hook them, and it goes right through the cement wall on the other side, hooks them and pulls them back through that same cement wall, there's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, things like that probably need to be fixed. I don't think that's going to change how people play it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw one today where it hooked a diva around a corner, and the diva was so big it got stuck in between two walls, and it just didn't pull the diva, and the hook came back.
That's crazy. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. It was on Route 66, kind of at the end, like the last point, like end of 2 going into 3, and where they're up in that corner where they can come out, and it hooked them in between the wall and then the rocks. and the diva just like got stuck, and then the hook came back. So yeah, I think the hook needs a little bit of attention.
That's pretty hilarious.
Yep.
We do know that they're going to be changing some technology that's going to be related to being able to do tournaments in the future, so that's pretty cool. They also talked about how they want to do more PvE content. We did talk about this in the Calm Before the Storm panel we've talked about here on the show before, so I was really excited to hear about that. And they did say, like, kind of going back to our thing now that I remember it, that they did want to think about competitive 1v1 and 3-3. So we'll see.
Just like the arenas in Warcraft. I mean, you see those tournaments, the 3v3s there all the time at BlizzCon and other tournaments.
Yep.
No reason you couldn't do that with Overwatch. You get a support, a tank, and a DPS. Go ham on it.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Rocket League 1v1s.
Yep.
So much fun.
And one of the things that I was really happy about is when somebody asked a question about Mercy and doing a animated story about her. So
yeah.
They said that they didn't want to make any announcements, but that we can expect more. So I'm assuming that something's coming. Hopefully, maybe.
I can't
Did
wait.
they say soon and not
favorites.
soon TM? What?
Yes.
Was that the one?
Yes. Yeah. Because they later did say soon TM, but yeah, soon and no TM. Yeah.
I think
good.
one of the last things that I wanted to bring up was that they said in there that they wanted to encourage people to not be in their own like group chat. They wanted to be in party chat with everybody else.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how you're going to incentivize that, to be honest. Because
the problem is if you're trying to organize and trying to do anything, assuming that people can listen, you can't do it from group chat. Like Ova and I, when we go in and we're 2 with 4 other people, there's nothing we can really do with just the 2 of us to coordinate, other than me, Mercy, heal as Reaper the entire time. You need the other 4 people to be able to coordinate.
Yep. I just wonder
that
how
should be incentive enough.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I try when I get into like a competitive match or a quick match, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Who's in voice chat? And every once in a while, there'll be like one person that'll speak up.
Yeah.
Like very, very rarely.
Sir, your microphone. We had that again today. It's just the worst.
Or you get open mechanical mic like during raid.
Yes. Oh yeah. The mouth breather is the worst though. They can't talk, but
you're like, can you at least flip your microphone up?
Yeah, just move it. How easy was that?
So let's talk about the Overwatch World Cup. Oh, no, we got to talk Overwatch League first. Overwatch League first.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
This involves all of us, right? All of us in the world. So Overwatch League kind of came out of left field for me, even though I was telling Ova that at Con Before the Storm, when Mike Morheim walked through, he was wearing a lanyard that had like the Tracer logo on it, and so it just said Overwatch. It didn't say Overwatch League, but it was like in plain sight, and none of us would have thought anything about it. We're like, oh, that's a cool like Overwatch Tracer, lanyard you're wearing there, Mike. And next day here's Overwatch League gets announced. But this is going to be huge because I look at it as the esports division. I mean, they're a bunch of amazing professionals that Blizzard has gotten on their side for this. This is big. They know what they're doing, and they are trying to build this league that's going to be, they're going to have all these, like, say, major cities, whatever. We don't know which ones they are yet. So let's just say like L.A., Denver, Minneapolis.
Oh, I like how Denver was your second.
And
you just want them in your town like I do.
I know, right? So we're going to have teams that are centered in towns. So you have like that regional excitement already about your team. And I wonder if they'll build like mini Overwatch arenas in each of these cities.
Oh yeah.
Like, wouldn't that be cool? Like a little like mini arena you can go to. Then you're going to have players that are contracted. They'll get their salaries. They're going to get benefits. You're going to have like the solidarity, so you can like build. I looked at this like you can build like these legacies, almost like college football or the NFL or something like that. Yeah. And you get these teams where people are, they're contracted in. They're there for a long time. You get behind them, and it just makes it all more exciting because of the stability. I think is what everyone needs. And this is a departure from the way that esports really works everywhere. And so I think they're taking a big risk, but I think that this could pay off in the long run. I think this is going to be pretty exciting. I want to see it happen. And the biggest thing is that they're going to have like tryouts. Yeah, that was like the big thing. Like, hey,
The combine.
you can do it. Yeah,
Yep,
basically a combine.
exactly.
So,
This is a huge risk. I mean, the amount of money involved in salary, benefits, space to rent,
Yep.
all those things that come with having a team. Think about just having a minor league sports team. All those things involved is a huge amount of money. You think of, you need human resources. You need all these things, right?
yep.
So they obviously really believe in this, because they're not going to put all that up for stake if they're not completely behind this.
Yeah.
So they definitely have a grandiose vision, but it definitely came out of left field for me. I thought this was one of the coolest announcements I've ever heard at any con ever, that they're going to actually make a sports league out of a video game I love. Like, really?
And
How
not,
does it get any better?
not just like MLG, like where everybody just
Right,
goes and does
right.
it. This is like an actual regional league, and they showed the map
Yes.
expanding beyond the U.S. too, so we could, maybe have international.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
This is awesome stuff, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. I mean, but like you said, there's a lot involved in this, because let's just imagine each team's gonna have to have at least 6 people, probably some backups. You're gonna have to have the staff that run it. Unless that's taken care of on the back end by some kind of centralized thing. I don't know how they're gonna organize it, of course, but
Yeah.
either way, just having that many people on the team that you're paying
Yep.
and benefiting, you're gonna be shelling it out. So these owners, they're gonna have to take a big risk too. So
Yeah, you need coach. You need some sort of support staff. You need
Yep.
maybe anywhere from 6 to 10 players. Yeah, it's huge. It's a lot of money.
what did you think, Ova?
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said, but I do think that if you think about if this truly is going to be kind of open to anybody who tries out is going to be interested, they're going to be watching, they're going to be supporting it. So yes, it is a risk, but I think the viewership will be there for them from that perspective.
I agree.
So, question for you guys. So first question that came up to me immediately was, how do all the people that already own their own Overwatch teams feel about this? Because they already, you think about those companies that have their own Overwatch teams that go to compete. Is this taking away from those companies that already had their own teams, who now they're saying, hey, look, you can play in that league, but the real league, the Overwatch League, is our league? And then second, are there going to be actual local owners of these teams?
Yes.
Or is so that's my question though, is there going to be a way for Overwatch or Blizzard to transfer from these companies that own, let's say, I'm trying to think of gaming teams like Method's Overwatch team. Is that owner of Method then going to have like a local team? Because my question is, aren't a lot of these teams centrally located in like Los Angeles, New York, Tokyo, wherever they may be, and aren't we going to have a lot of just the same areas? Or is Blizzard going to say, no, you can't be here, you got to go to Denver, we already have a team here, if you want a team, you know what I mean? How is that all going to work? That's so huge in 50,000 feet level, but how does that all work? Because there's already Overwatch teams out there.
I would not doubt that they have already talked to a lot of these team owners and said, this is what's happening, and they're probably thinking, okay, the thing, like you said, a lot of them are based, going to be in like in LA or around that area. So how are you going to determine who stays? I guess they're going to have to fight over that. See who gets sanctioned. I don't know if they're going to just roll the dice or whatever. But a lot of these teams, if you're going to be a team owner and you have the money to put it up for, you could probably relocate, and find somewhere else. Depending
That's
on
a lot, though.
Yeah, but you're team owner. You got some cash. These guys aren't poor by any means. So
Yeah.
And if it's just relocating to Seattle or something like that, then you're going to have a fan base that you can build on there. So the other thing is, like, with having a local team, I want to know how they're going to name the teams. They're going to put it up for like a vote or something like that, because that'd be pretty cool. But if they come to your team, then you're going to have like merch, so you're going to have that to recoup money and things like that. So, but yeah.
But what if, I mean, like, you think about like maybe what they pay their Method players now for Overwatch, right? And if Overwatch says, well, this is what they're going to make, because most professional teams that have a local team are a union contract, and that's how they decide their. You know what I mean? Are they going to get different rates depending on what cities they are? Is it going to be more like the NFL where it's a scale? Is it going to be one rate? There's so much to think about with this when you start thinking about the implications of creating a new league from the bottom up.
I wonder if there's going to be like an Overwatch Players League or league union, I should say, and then like a collective bargaining agreement. Like this is a whole bunch of legal stuff that's going to happen on the back end. So So like Ova, I don't know, like what do you think about all this and having all these players? How much do you want to get paid to play Overwatch?
I will take as much as I'm making right now to play Overwatch. I mean, yeah, I think it's an awesome opportunity. I'm definitely going to try out if that's available.
Do it.
But I have like kind of an off topic, another kind of spin on this for you guys. Question: you know how in the video they said they put a big emphasis on gamer tag, right? Like you make your gamer tag, you know that was like kind of all throughout the video.
Yeah.
Do you think that's gonna? Do you think that will deter people who aren't into the esports scene already from watching? You know how like in NFL, you know, it's people's names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think there's a difference between gamer tag and people's identity?
It takes a while to learn for sure. I mean, yeah, in all those major sports markets, you have somebody's name. You have Aaron Rodgers, or you have Russell Wilson, or you have Peyton Manning. Whatever it is, that is your name. That is your brand. Right. A lot of the money those guys make are on their names because of all the advertising and stuff they do. Yeah, I'm Killa 99. Yeah,
Crusher.
Buy my Tide deodorant.
Crusher
yeah,
99.
Crusher 99.
Yeah, I mean, what? Well, I didn't want to take his name.
Not a fan, huh?
I mean, you think about that identity, and yeah, you might see more and more like Crusher 99. Devin Johnson Jr. You know what I mean? You might have to have more branding with their actual names. But yeah, I did think about that as well because the way those work, and I think they're going to have to change this, is it's your battle tag, right? You log in and it's your battle tag no matter what. Well, there's like 35 Michael Jordans, 180 of this because the numbers at the end change.
Mm-hmm.
Once, I think they're going to have to make it unique because if you have 35 different guys trying out as, hey, I'm Michael Jordan, that's my gamer tag. Well, how do you tell them apart? They're all Michael Jordan. And stop naming yourself after a professional basketball athlete. Yeah. God's sakes. But seriously, I mean, they're going to have to figure out some system for how many of the same names there are. I mean, because anybody could go right now and rename their battle tag to Sawfty.
Yep.
By the way, you should, because that's a great name. But if I try out and they try out, we're both Sawfty. Well, who gets dibs on that name? I mean, they got to do something with that because the video made it look really cool where I sit down, I install Overwatch, and ask me, what's your name going to be? You're like, you have that critical moment, right? And you make that decision. No, it's whatever the hell your battle tag. B. Johnson 9463. I mean,
I wonder.
They have to figure something out with that.
I wonder if part of this has to do with that technology, quote unquote, that they have coming to help with tournaments. So
that
like when they set up a tournament, you know, in game or with their own tools, like when they sit down at their computer, they can put in like their name or whatever, and they'll maybe contractually be obligated to put their name.
Last name would actually work. If you start using first last name, that would fix that problem. I mean, you might have two Aaron Johnsons, but that's fine. You have the Denver Horse Riders Aaron Johnson and the Minneapolis Moose Cows Darren Johnson, and that's fine.
It's
trademark pending.
There's a lot of unique challenges coming this, but I'm
so
super
exciting
excited
that we actually get to talk about this. How cool is it?
Yeah, and do you see this expanding possibly? Like if this is successful, like Heroes of the Storm. Oh yeah, for sure, right?
Oh, yep, never.
Never. League of Legends, all those guys, they're all looking at this. They're all watching this. I mean, so this is like, you know, everybody's like, for the longest time has been like, Blizzard is always behind. They're always behind in the esports. They're always behind.
Yeah.
This is their chance to like be like, okay, we're gonna do this crazy thing, and if it works, it's gonna blow you out of the water, kind of thing.
I mean, they're on the frontier. I mean, imagine going to your local meetup and buying a Funko Pop of your favorite Overwatch player, not your favorite Overwatch character. I mean, that stuff is possible, and it happens like with the NFL and things like that all the time.
Yep.
Blizzard, Activision, they're huge companies, and they're putting their weight behind this. I think anything is possible.
Definitely. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about the World Cup itself. Because the World Cup did go down, so we'll stay on esports here. And, well, let's talk about this bracket. So, poor USA.
Can anybody beat Sawfty? A lot of people.
So the teams, we got to the final 8. We kicked off our bracket challenge, and then we kind of sat back and watched. Mm-hmm. And we watched as Sweden and South Korea blew up their side of the bracket and went head to head. And then we learned quickly that South Korea is like insane. They're really good.
Yep.
And what matches were you able to see, Ova, like when you were in person?
Yeah, we saw I think the first loser bracket, so it was at Spain-Finland, I think.
Okay.
We saw that one. And then,
was that Sweden-Finland?
Sweden-Finland. Yeah.
Yep.
Saw that one, and then we saw the USA-South Korea one, and that was a pretty short match.
Yeah, it was. A lot of South Korea's work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then USA was out, so we left and did other things. And then I wanted to come back for the finals, but I couldn't get into the actual arena, so I watched that on the big screen. The South Korea, the end of the tournament there. Yeah. So
South Korea v Russia. So
yep.
Still wasn't much of a V because they won 4-0. South Korea did.
That's what I said. It was just the South Korea game, right? It wasn't even South Korea.
So
it wasn't even a versus.
They dominated, but South Korea came out on top, which means that we will announce the winner of our bracket challenge, who was the title of their prediction was Korean Overlords. So
they were correct.
Yes, and they got 6 of 7 picks correct. So outstanding. So we'll be contacting you very soon. So be looking out in your email, because that's how we're going to contact you, because that's all we got. So thank you all for participating, though, in the bracket challenge. I know it was kind of like short notice and a very short window, but we also had just like a really short window to work with. So we actually left it open a little bit longer too, just to make sure we catch people. I think it was our.
Thank you to Volstats for helping us out with that. He was a huge help.
Huge help, because like I was completely swamped, and
I didn't know what I was doing.
But yeah, hopefully it all worked out, and maybe with Overwatch League we can do something like this in the future. Or next Overwatch World Cup, we'll be more prepared.
Could you imagine the Overwatch League? You get you vote on your favorite players, just like the All-Star game, and they get selected to the Overwatch World Cup.
That'd
and they
be
compete against
awesome.
other countries. Mind blown.
Then the possibilities, like the future, like we've only scratched the surface of what's going to happen with this league. It's so awesome.
Yep. I can't wait to have my Minneapolis Moose Rats hat.
That's the name you're going to propose when you see that they're
Rats.
that is the name. That's not even a proposal.
It's done. It's settled.
Moose Rats.
Awesome.
I'm going to make the Twitter now.
Yeah, reserve it now, so they have to buy it from you. Reserve the domain, everything.
Minneapolis Moose.
Trademark the logo.
Yep.
Oh, right. I definitely got to make a logo.
Get the infringement in there, possibly. So.
It is available. Excellent.
There you go. Live on the air. So, what we don't know is Sawfty is actually rich, and he's going to be the next owner. He's already in contact with Blizzard. If only, right?
If only.
How cool would it be to own an esports team in the Overwatch League?
I'd be so excited.
I'm gonna make my own. I'll be the owner.
There you go.
It'd be awesome. Then they can't kick you off, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to play, you're like player/owner. It happens in auto racing. There's plenty of owner-driver teams. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hit the last topic we had, and that is that from November 18th to the 21st. You can play Overwatch for free on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So if you don't have Overwatch yet, get out there and play it during the open time. And as long as you use the same information, same battle tag and everything, and you purchase the game later, your progress will be saved. So it's kind of like a free, awesome demo. And seeing as it ends on the 21st of November, and they did it last time as well, right after this free period ends, I would personally expect to see a discount on the game, especially as we're heading into the holidays.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you don't have Overwatch yet, or if you want to pick it up for a friend for the holidays, the coming up could be your chance. So keep an eye out.
Probably be a pretty awesome holiday event, I would suspect, coming up. So you don't want to miss out.
I would suspect too.
What do you guys think of an actual Overwatch expansion ever happening? I'm trying to think of how they're going to keep making money with all this new content and me not buying loot boxes anymore.
Overwatch
I mean,
League,
do you think eventually they give
that's
us an
how they're going to
expansion
make money.
like or like a mini expansion, like a map pack expansion or something like that?
Nope.
You see that? I'm just thinking of like the Christmas sale, and a lot of time the things that go on sale have something new coming out soon. Like when Diablo 3 went on sale before Reaper of Souls. And it just gets me thinking about, okay, is this the kind of game where you can sell an expansion to, or is this the kind of game where you keep it its core game, so anybody that wants to play Overwatch goes into one store and buys one game, and they have the whole game there? And if so, how do you make money off of that?
You could. Their design philosophy from the beginning, and Kaplan reiterates it all the time, is that everything is free after you get the game. So how you make money off the game?
Making money.
You make it off of Overwatch League, and then you do what they've done with other games. You just let it go.
So did they sell franchises then? Hey, you want a franchise in Minneapolis? It's this much money. You can buy the franchise and start a team there.
I think that sponsorships is going to be what's going to make them money from this point forward.
I suppose.
So with
That's a lot of advertising.
with Call of Duty, you just make another game, right?
Yeah,
Makes it easy.
Or
Exactly.
merchandise.
Yeah,
Like what I'm
merchandise.
wearing right here.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I know I asked you guys both for one of the Winston stuffed things from BlizzCon that they only had available there. So I was just wondering which one of you got it for me, and where is it in the mail?
Oh, I told Blizzard to open the public sale today, which they did. So the public post BlizzCon sale is now open.
Oh, perfect. So you already ordered it then?
Yeah, somebody probably did.
You know what? If I went to BlizzCon, I would get you whatever you wanted.
I wasn't coming
because I
within.
know I'm never going to BlizzCon.
The only time I came within 10 feet of the store or the line to the store was when I had to go register for the cosplay contest.
So you were in the area.
Somebody told me they waited for 3 hours that I talked to.
It's a long line.
And yeah, when I see, if I don't see like less than 2 rows of people like up to the register ever at BlizzCon, I don't even go. And that's why I ordered before.
So upset.
We'll make it up to you.
Yeah, right.
You're like, I didn't get to go to BlizzCon. You didn't
Yep.
get me anything when you went to BlizzCon.
Correct.
You're the
These are
worst
all
dad.
true.
You're the worst dad
Yeah,
ever.
you are the worst dad.
So I think that's all of our topics for the week, and there was nothing on social media asking us a question. So remember, if you have a question for us or the show or anything, just ask you can tweet at us, or you can just use hashtag #AskOvercast. So we'd love to answer your questions. What do you think about, all of you out there, tell us what you think about Overwatch League, or if your hero was nerfed, or do you think Sombra is awesome? Just let us know. So any shout outs that anybody'd like to give out this week? Sawfty, anything?
I would like to give a shout out to my buddies who went to BlizzCon and got me some sweet merch and came back with it. You guys are the best.
Putting the pressure on now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean you to.
How about Ova? Do you have any shout outs for the week?
Just shout out to everybody who filled out our little bracket challenge.
Yes.
Thanks for doing that. It was fun. Appreciate you guys doing that and supporting the show and interacting with us. So thanks.
Yes.
That's actually, I need to give a huge shout out then to Volstats, who took the reins on that project and really helped us out. Thank you, man.
He stepped in and made it possible when we thought it was going to be super hard, and then he
It was, and then he did it.
and then he was like, "Here, it's done.
Yeah.
you got it done." So I think we owe him, if anything.
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
So we'll figure out something for that. And if I had any shout outs, I think it'd just be to, like, everybody out there in the community as well. A lot of you came out to support the Calm Before the Storm Overwatch panel, which was outstanding. It was really cool to see a bunch of you there. And also just a big shout out to everybody who supports the show, whether you watch, whether you listen, or anything. Like, you guys, that's why we do the show. We want to talk to you about it. So thank you very much. That's all I can say. Thanks to everybody who made BlizzCon awesome too, that I got to see there. So there's so many. I could go on for like another 15 minutes naming people, and I would still miss them. So there we go. How can people find us on Social media, Ova, if you go first.
Find me on Twitter or on Twitch at Ovadrive CTR. That's OVADRIVECTR. What about you, Sawfty?
You can find me at MPLS Moose Rat. That's MPLS. Oh, sorry, no. You can find me at Old Sawfty on Twitter and anywhere else.
And you can find me at Frostee Fox everywhere. So remember, you can find the show at Overcast Show on Twitter. Overcast.frozenfoxmedia.com is our blog page with all of our show notes, and of course it'll have lots of links to videos and other cool stuff this week because BlizzCon was huge and awesome. And also remember that you can watch us on YouTube. If you're not already watching, you can watch the video version, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up if you like the show. And if you're listening to the audio version on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, or anywhere else, if you love the show, let us know by leaving us a good review and subscribe so you don't miss any episodes ever. So there you go. 59th episode of